Adventures with Dice.
Welcome back to Adventures with Dice. I'm Rob and I'm your host for these videos. And today we're going to be talking about horror, a role-playing game. This is by DMDave Publishing, Year Zero Engine, and we'll explain that in just a minute. So this is, I picked this up, a buddy of mine actually grabbed this for me, but I had said that I wanted it. And I don't remember where I saw it. I saw it on somebody's, maybe loot haul, showing off books they picked up somewhere. But I haven't been able to find a single video dedicated to this book as in review purposes, period. Or actual play or anything else. And there's reason for that, and we'll get into it as I'm going through this review. And but anyway, it intrigued me. I like horror, and I like the Year Zero engine. So if you don't know, Free League has kind of their own OGL. Actually, they have two. And one uses their SRD, where you can use their SRD and create games within your own settings and so on and so forth. And to my understanding, the way it works is they get a percentage cut out of sales off of that one. The other one allows you to create stuff without them getting a cut, but you can't change in any core rules or anything, and it's, from what I understand, has to be linked to one of their settings. Like, I know Philip Reed has done a bunch of stuff for Dragonbane because I've gotten some of it, and it's fantastic. But he's done additional treasure cards and additional journeys and additional threats and things like that that you can pick up on Drive-Thru-RPG. That SRD allows you to use their stuff and create things for their games without paying them, from what I understand. This product is the former. This seems to be one that lets you use the SRD of the Year Zero engine to create your own game. Okay, fair enough. I understood that vague bit about it before going into it and thought, hey, that's a cool idea. A generic horror game using the Year Zero engine, which is a really good engine in my opinion. At its core, this book presents the horror genre as a catch-all. Meaning it's not a zombie game, it's not a slasher game, it's not a haunted house mystery game in of itself. But it could be any of those or any other type of horror that you can think of. The archetypes or archetypes characters are generic enough that they should fit into most horror stories. The key sections in this book start out in Chapter 1 with the book explaining the basic rules to the Year Zero engine and how they apply to the game. Chapter 2 covers character creation, stress, health, skills, and so on. And it includes 8 archetypes to play. The scientist, the adventurer, the protector, the survivor, the caretaker, the artist, the youth, and the detective. And in one way or another, these all fit into most horror games. Chapter 3 covers skills and specialties. Chapter 4 covers combat and damage. Chapter 5 covers travel. Now at that point, we are 62 pages into the book, and everything that the book has gone over up to this point is standard Year Zero engine stuff. Pulled straight from the SRD, it seems. So if you're familiar with any of Free League's games that use the Year Zero engine, this is all standard fare. You know all of this already. You could literally pick it up. Even as I'm flipping through it, I'm like, yep, I know how that works. I know how that works. It's because it's the Year Zero engine. On page 63, we have a custom designed character sheet. that's where things start to fall apart for this book. Because that's where the book ends. Yeah, that's right. In 63 pages, we get not one piece of art. Now, I get it. Art is subjective. Sure. But art is also important in RPG books, and I realize there's somebody out there who's going to explain to me how, in the comments, how the art is not important, blah, blah, blah. Well, you're wrong, and this is the reason you're wrong. Because if art wasn't important in these books, then these companies, Free League included, but WotC and so on and so forth, all these other companies would not spend so much money on art to place in these books and layout. They would not have people in such an uproar over AI art and artists not getting paid for the art that goes, because art catches people's attention. Art helps set the mood, and art would have gone a long way in this book to do that. However, as I said, in 63 pages of this book, not one piece of art, not at all. We get not one NPC stat block, not one monster. And that's kind of important because the Year Zero engine uses very specific monster attacks. Like you see this, Dragonbane follows this in the monsters having a list of random attacks they do. Alien does it. Lots of any of their games using the Year Zero engine or parts of the Year Zero engine. Generally, their monsters have a list of attacks that you roll on to see what they do, and each monster has specific attacks that they do each turn. So by not including any monsters, it is then on the GM to create all of that for every monster and create stat blocks for every NPC. That should be in the book. All right. Your only other option, I guess, would be to pull those monsters from Vaesen or Alien or whatever. But if you're already playing the Year Zero engine and you're having to pull that stuff from that, then why do you need this book? Because you're already playing that game. Okay. There is not one entry in this book talking about horror themes or horror settings. Let's go to the back of the book and let's see what the book says about itself. First of all, it retails for $9.99, and I think the PDF is $4.99. Horror, the role-playing game. Descend into the depths of darkness with our horror RPG, powered by the chilling and immersive Year Zero engine. I'm not sure it's chilling, but okay. In this haunting journey, you will face your deepest fears and confront twisted nightmares that will shake you to your core. Well, if my deepest fears are I wasted $9.99, you're right on that one. If my deepest fears confront twisted nightmares that will shake you to your core, there's no nightmares in this game. There's not even the word nightmare in this game. I can't, like, there's no adversaries. There's no nothing like that. Okay, so prepare to confront supernatural terrors and sinister beings that lurk in the shadows. Where? I ask thee, where? Because they're not in this book. They're waiting to claim their next victim, maybe in another book, I guess. I don't know. Our immersive rule set. Well, it's not really your immersive rule set. DMDave, is it? It's Year Zero engine, and you really haven't done anything to it. But anyway, it's bone-chilling mechanics. Will transport you to the edge of madness. I mean, I was mad after reading it, sure. Where every decision you could make mean the difference between life and death. No, not really. There's really nothing here to attack you. You literally can't take damage unless you just kill yourself. Will you have the strength to survive the horrors that await? Or will you be consumed by the darkness that surrounds you? The only way darkness is surrounding me with this book is if I'm holding this book and my power goes out. That's it. There's literally no monsters, no adversaries, no nothing. Everything in here is, it looks like all that has been done is DMDave, whoever this is, took the Free League SRD and changed the headers. Like, changed the font to use the chiller font. That's it. That's as scary as this book gets. I could only find one supplement for this in existence, and it's called The Diner. And it apparently is a collection of 5 one-shots with pre-gen characters, which I'm not against. I think that's a great idea. It actually looks well done. It looks full color. Looks like it has heavy art that's really, really good from the previews I saw. And the scenarios, they sound cool. But you use pre-gens. So all of the character creation stuff in this is kind of irrelevant if that's what you're intended to do with it. There's really not anything that supports building characters and playing your own games. So this book isn't really needed, unless you've never played a Year Zero engine before. And if you haven't, I hope this is not your first experience with it. I'll be honest, I think that the Diner should have been combined with this, and that would have been a very different review at the end. Like, I would have felt like you got a horror game. For the most part, you would still be lacking in monsters, or even if he didn't want to put in the monsters themselves, other than the scenarios, giving you a way to, or information on designing your own monsters and creatures of horror, that would have been a really good thing to put in this book too. But again, it's not there. If at all, they should have been put into one book, like I said. Also, the Diner is like $25 or $27. So, you buy this and literally can't do anything with it until you get the Diner, and then half of this is useless because you don't create your own characters in the Diner. You use pre-gens. Horror, an RPG from DMDave Publishing, is missing so much of horror's DNA that it comes off as nothing more than a lazy cash grab. At the end of the day, after reading through this yesterday, all I can recommend is do not buy this book. Unless you just like burning money. Do not buy this book. It is useless. Again, if you have never played a Year Zero engine, there are so many games out there, specifically from Free League, that just do it better. They are complete games. I feel like this is a piece of a game, not a whole game. And while it does have a 1 on the back of the book, the second book, The Diner, doesn't follow this design, this format, nothing. So I'm not sure if he's intending another book to come out. If he was, he should have waited and put them together, because this was a waste of money. Literally, this will go in the bin or tossed onto eBay for a couple of bucks, because there's nothing useful here. Everything that's in this book, because I've played Year Zero engine games before, is completely useless because I've played them. I don't need that book. And most of the games I'm going to have to go to and pull monsters from already have all those rules in them. I highly recommend you do not buy that book. I don't like giving bad reviews, but occasionally I run across one that is bad. A lot of times I find them and they look cool, they sound cool, play around with them for a while. That's great. This one, complete waste of time. I am sorry to say, this is DMDave needs to take this back to the drawing board and redo it and apologize to people for selling this book to them. That's how bad this book is, in my opinion. This is a cash grab. So, there you go. For those of you who like to say I never give bad reviews, well, there you go. You got a bad review. I don't like doing it. I don't like giving bad reviews. I don't go out of my way to look for things. But when they jump out at me, well, here we are. So, that's all I've got on that for right now. Save yourself the money and go buy something from Free League. Until next time, my friends, good gaming.